Welcome to Librarian Recommends. Hi, my name is Trish and I'm one of the librarians at Barbican Library, and whilst the library is closed, I'm going to bring you some suggestions of books to read or listen to via a Librarian Recommends session each week on a Thursday. Whilst you're unable to come into the library to collect books, you can download ebooks and audiobooks using our free RBdigital app. If you need help using the app, please take a look at our how-to video, which you can find in the video section on the left of this Facebook page, or go to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and just type Barbican and Community Libraries into the YouTube search box and select the top search result, and the user guide is under videos. This week's Librarian Recommends is slightly different, as I'm going to celebrate audiobooks. The 1st to the 14th of June is Hi Vis Fortnight, organised by Reading Site and the RNIB, the purpose of which is to raise the profile of the various services and activities that exist in libraries to connect visually and print impaired people with libraries, reading and other readers. So focusing on audiobooks seemed perfect for Hi Vis Fortnight. So now on to this week's audiobook recommendations. Even if you are not visually impaired, listening to books and being read to is a great experience. It is different to reading, but you still get immersed in the book, maybe even more so. First up is A Sense of the World by Jason Roberts. This is the story of a man who during his life became the most accomplished traveller of all time. James Holman was born in 1786. The son of an apothecary. He entered the Royal Navy at the age of 12 and served for several years until he was invalided by an illness that afflicted first his joints and then his sight. At the age of 25, Holman was left completely and permanently blind. After studying medicine and literature at Edinburgh University, Holman embarked on a solo trip to France, Italy, Switzerland and Germany. In the years that followed, Holman travelled extensively across the world, becoming known as the Blind Traveller. And in 1832, Holman became the first blind person to circumnavigate the globe. This book tells the truly inspiring and unique story of an exceptional man, little known today, his remarkable life and the epic journeys he undertook against all odds. My next suggestion is Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend by Matthew Green. Meet Budo. He's the protagonist and narrator of this story. He's been alive for 5 years, but he isn't real. He is the imaginary friend of 8-year-old Max. Although not diagnosed, Max has some form of autism. This causes some turmoil for his parents and makes Max a prime target for bullies. But Budo is the only one who seems to understand and accept Max for who he is. One day, Budo witnesses Max's abduction from school. In order to save him, Budo must enlist the help of other imaginary friends. This is a warm and moving story of love, loyalty and the importance of friends, real or imagined. How about The Liar's Girl by Catherine Ryan Howard? This is a slow-burning, suspenseful mystery. It's been 10 years since student Will Hurley was convicted of the murders of 5 women found drowned in Dublin's Grand Canal. Now a young woman's body has been discovered in the water, and the Garda visit Will in the secure psychiatric hospital where he is serving his life sentence to ask for his help in solving what appears to be a copycat killing. Will tells them he has something new to confess, but will only share this information with Alison Smith, a fellow student and his girlfriend at the time of his crimes. Contacted by the police, Alison reluctantly returns to Dublin to visit Will, the man she's tried so hard to forget. What he tells her shocks her to the core, a gripping tale full of twists and turns that will keep you engrossed until the very end. Next up is Educated by Tara Westover. Tara Westover was one of the youngest of 7 children born to survivalist fundamental Mormon parents in rural Idaho. Tara and her siblings grew up preparing for the end of days. Due to her father's distrust of schools, neither Tara or her siblings received a formal education. Instead, they spent their summers gathering plants and flowers for their herbalist mother and the winter working in their father's scrapyard. As Tara grew older and her father became more radical and her brother more violent, she decided she needed to escape from her situation, and the only way out was through education. Her academic success, however, came at a price. This is the amazing true story of a sheltered but bright girl who used her determination and the power of learning to banish ignorance, achieve her ambitions, and eventually break free from her restrictive and unconventional life. My next suggestion is The Pleasures of Men by Kate Williams. This historical Gothic thriller is set in London's East End in 1840. Catherine, a young woman with a troubled past, is living an isolated life with her uncle in a rambling house in Spitalfields. She has little to occupy her time beyond her own vivid imagination. A deranged killer stalks the area, murdering women. Catherine becomes fascinated with the murders. She finds herself wandering the streets where they took place and starts writing about the murdered women and their killer in her journal. As the horrors continue, she comes to believe that she can channel the voices of the victims and that they will lead her to the serial killer. A dark and compelling story of murder, imagination and obsession. How about Wellmania? Misadventures in the Search for Wellness by Brigid Delaney. Feeling tired, stressed and a touch out of shape, journalist Brigid Delaney decides to investigate the good, the bad and the faintly ridiculous of the wellness industry. She wants to find out exactly what wellness means and if there is any real science behind the plethora of treatments, diets, classes and fitness programs available. Brigid leaves behind her 30-something party lifestyle and uses herself as a guinea pig, testing all the things that are supposed to make us feel better and healthier. The book is split into 3 sections, clean, lean and serene, and covers a wide range of wellness practices. With wit and candour, Delaney discovers what actually works and what is just a fad or expensive hype. This is an entertaining and honest exploration of one of the most fascinating trends in our culture and an industry that is now worth $4 trillion. My next suggestion for you is Oxygen by Carol Cassella. Dr. Marie Heaton is an anaesthetist working in a top Seattle hospital. Her work and professionalism are everything to her, so she is devastated when one of her patients, an 8-year-old girl, dies inexplicably in her operating theatre. Dr. Heaton finds herself in a nightmare situation when the child's mother launches a malpractice suit against her. Wrestling with guilt, she cannot understand why the girl died and relentlessly replays the events in the operating theatre in her mind, trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. Written by a practising anaesthetist, this is an intriguing and medically detailed mystery novel with a climactic final twist. My final audiobook suggestion is The Darkness Within by Lisa Stone. 23-year-old Jacob Wilson is critically ill. He has severe heart failure and is in desperate need of a transplant. When a donor is found and Jacob receives his new heart, his parents are relieved that their loving son's life has been saved. However, out of hospital and back home, it becomes clear that Jacob has changed. Their warm and caring son is slowly replaced by someone thoughtless, rude, and increasingly volatile. As Jacob's behaviour becomes more violent and terrifying, Elizabeth suspects it's the stranger's heart inside her son that is responsible for the dramatic changes. When a terrible crime is committed, the family have to face their darkest fears. This is a psychological thriller with a warped, dark heart. Lisa Stone is the pen name of author Kathy Glass. I do hope you enjoy these ideas for your next listen. Even if you've not tried audiobooks before, why not give them a go? You might be surprised. And don't forget, if these titles I have suggested are unavailable when you look, you can search our extensive selection of audiobooks in the RBdigital app. Do use the comments section below to add your own suggestion of audiobooks you think our customers might enjoy. And if we don't already have them available in our RBdigital collection, we will see if we can add them. Before I go, as always, I would like to thank my colleague Lynn for her invaluable help putting these recommendations together. Do stay safe and see you next week. Bye.